Hey guys, I'm Kimber Schaefer with Rage in the Cage, Oklahoma. We just finished an incredible fight night, Rage in the Cage 29. I mean, we had, I think, 6 fights that went to decision back to back. But right now what I want to talk about is you. We have H.R. Baker in the house. He is with MMA Madhouse. This is a global MMA radio station, and they were in the house tonight. And what did you think of the fights?
Oh, they was fabulous. I mean, they turned out to be, just it was awesome. The amateur fights, they delivered. I really caught an eye on a couple of the guys. Ken Coulter, I really enjoyed his performance. I think he's going to go far in this thing. The professional fights, they just was fantastic. It just was awesome.
You cover a lot of MMA. I mean, you're at an MMA fight somewhere, at least a couple of times a month, correct?
At least once a month, I try to cover a fight. We cover the Midwest area. There's a couple promotions in Branson, the Brawl Inc. and Show Fights MMA. I've covered the fights up in Kansas City, Blackout Fighting Championships, and I've covered them in Memphis, the V3 fights, and just as many as I possibly can. It's, usually at least once every 6 weeks.
So just because of the amount of fights that you cover and the number of promotions that you do cover, it's inspirational to me to hear your review of our fights and how awesome they were. I mean, it really is.
I'll tell you what, we really had fun tonight. It was awesome fights. Seen a lot of the young guys coming up, and that's one of my things. I love seeing the young guys making their MMA debuts, to start in the MMA, and I love watching them grow. I mean, it's just, to me, and I've seen a few of them grow, and now they're getting up there to where they're ready to go pro, and then they get in the pro, and they're taking off. And it's just amazing how they develop so fast, and I just really enjoy watching them.
Me too, that's for sure. Now, let's talk about MMA Madhouse. Let's get everybody a view, a look inside of basically what you do there, how many listeners you have, and you just went global.
We have at least 20,000 likes on our Facebook page, MMAmadhouse.com. You can always catch live results from east to west, north to south. We cover events overseas. We go Philippines, we go China. It's global. We just got to deal with, used to be formerly rearneckedchoke.net. And we're changing the name to MMA Madhouse it's Global Combat Network. And it's up and ready to go now. I think there's maybe just a few little tweaks to work out, but it's big. It's big, and Madhouse tries to cover all local MMAs and, whatever, kickboxing, Muay Thai, it's getting big, and I mean, MMAmadhouse.com.
I think that I can speak for all local promoters in Oklahoma and a lot of states, and then a lot of fighters. We are so blessed to have an outlet such as yours that has such a huge listener audience that we can really get the names of these fighters out there through you guys.
Well, I'll tell you what, our USA chapter president, Skippy Cohan, that guy is amazing. He puts fighters out there and expose fighters better than anybody I've ever seen, and I really love working with him. And he gives back a lot. I mean, Madhouse has give back to help poverty overseas, and just does whatever they can, to give back, and they give more exposure to fighters than you'll possibly see, and it's just amazing. It's fantastic working with them.
For me, it's fantastic working with them. Skippy Cohen, I mean, he gave us an opportunity early on when I first started here at Rage in the Cage. He allowed me and a fighter named Houston Stout to come on the radio show. And, it seems like these days we kind of measure success of something according to how many Facebook likes or requests we get after that. But after the interview that I did there on his show, came home, and I had about 10, 15 people requesting me to be their friends on Facebook. So definitely I know that you have a pretty deep audience there.
We do. And we also, there's always a radio show on every night of the week except Saturday nights, because Saturday nights we're covering events, whether it be in New Jersey or Oregon or California or Texas. There's somebody covering events. But you can always catch a radio show Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays.
Tell us again how they get to the site where they can catch your radio shows.
Okay, you can go to MMAmadhouse.com and catch all live results and more, whatever, more just. And our radio shows, there's usually Sunday night breakdowns on Sunday nights. It's on, usually they're on at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, Eastern, Central. Monday night breakdown. There's MMA Madhouse live radio on Wednesday nights at 9 o'clock Eastern. And it's every night of the week, usually around 7, 8, or 9 o'clock. It depends on the time zone. And they're always interviewing fighters and exposing fighters and whatever.
Speaking of interviewing fighters and exposing fighters, you were here tonight, you covered the events, you interviewed our fighters. When can they expect to hear those interviews?
Should be out tomorrow, no later than Monday. But Monday for sure, it'll be all up on the website. And you can go to MMAmadhouse.com now and see the live results. But the interviews will be up probably tomorrow, no later than Monday.
All right, and by the time everybody out there sees this video, they will already be up, because it takes a little bit to edit these videos and put them up for our audience. So, well, thank you so much for coming to cover our fights, and thank you for enduring this interview with me tonight.
Well, I thank you very much, and I had a fantastic time, and I do hope to be back and get some more rage in the cage.
All right, well, we're expecting it. Thank you so much.
Yeah.